grew up in a little town outside of Dallas called Plano, Texas, just kind of a suburb of Dallas, and I lived there with my parents and my sister. I went to a college that was called Franklin W. Olin College of Engineering, and I got my degree in bioengineering, and I was a part of the inaugural class that graduated. I took a little bit of time off. Engineering was more challenging than I had expected, so I took a little bit of time, and during that time I did some research and was able to kind of figure out that for me, even though I was really interested in science, I wanted something that was more patient-centered as opposed to academic research. You know, I think most people are drawn to medicine if they want to help people, they really like the science and the medicine. And, you know, for me, research was another kind of avenue that I could have done that with, but I really wanted to have access to patients and be involved with people. And with that, growing up, I always liked the idea of being someone's primary doctor where I could be with them and grow with them and see families grow up. So for me, medicine, specifically primary care, was what I wanted to do. That was definitely kind of a harder choice. Again, knowing that I wanted to do primary care, I was a little bit torn between family medicine and pediatrics, and it took me through my rotations, and I was always happy to see the kids when they would come into the office. And with time, I was able to really discover that pediatrics is still all about families. Just because you're taking care of the child doesn't mean that, you know, you're not involving the whole family and also helping with the parents. And so for me, I just really liked that with pediatrics, it was focused on the child and yet still involved the whole family. I think my favorite part about it is being able to see kids grow up. When I started off my residency as a first year, you do nursery rotations and you see babies being born and they come to your clinic and you get to see them grow up. And so you see them as little infants. And then by the time I was finished with residency, I was taking care of 2.5, 3-year-olds. And it was just so special to get to see them grow up and how they developed, and to kind of share that with families. And that was really special. And that's what I'm looking for. I guess one of the things that we see so often that I really both love and hate, I guess, are when kids have colds. Because, you know, having a child of my own, I know how miserable it is when you have a little kid who's super sick and has a fever and is keeping the parents up all night, and they come into your office and they're so hopeful that there's something you can fix or give them medicine. And, you know, that's a time in which you really get a chance to make a difference for the child, whether you are able to find a secondary infection or if it really is just a cold. And I know that can be frustrating for parents to hear sometimes that it's just a cold or something like that, but I feel like that's a chance where you can at least try to help the child feel better and then help the family get back on track. So I'm married to my husband, Dr. Clinton Fatter, and so we met in medical school. And after being friends for a little bit, we decided that we wanted to take the next steps. And by the end of medical school, we got married. During residency, we decided that we were going to be crazy and have a baby. And he definitely made the last few years of residency a little bit tougher, but a lot more rewarding. And I really feel that in being a mom, I'm a much better doctor. So when I'm done with my day, I'm excited to go home and see my husband and see my son, and we all hang out and go to the park and fun stuff.